Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Prison Break. This is the 6th episode of the 4th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just clicking it, put the password in and enjoy. So last episode we seen again the team extract another data card. That is 3 now in total out of the 6. They are flying, honestly, not messing about, not even been caught once. Nobody's even suspected any foul play either. Do you know what I mean? The first one, he caused an alarm on the outside in a different building. All the guards went over to check and he snuck in the back door, took the card and just bounced away. We had the second one where they got close to the woman with it in her bag and you know, they uncovered a dead body on the outside, and obviously they might have thought that was a little bit suspicious, but obviously without making any contact with her in her purse, they're not really going to question anything about the data card, and obviously they've transferred the data off of that. And then the third episode, they had to go into an office block, into a room that was kind of on the back end of where the card was being kept inside somebody's safe, and drill through it. We had Bellic and Sucre on the outside cleaning the mess up on the floor. They was using the Hoover. Yes, that was making enough sound so that they could use the drill, Michael and Lincoln, to go into the back of the safe. And he was nearly caught because the general come in. He had to sit down. He wanted to have a conversation with one of the card holders. And that obviously prevented Michael and Lincoln from drilling through without obviously causing a bit of noise. Now, they had to do it, and he looked over and kind of thinking, what's going on there? But it was only a small period of time before, obviously, they managed to make it through. Now, the general's instructed these guys now to no longer keep the, you know, keep the data cards inside of the safes or anything like that. He wants it on their possessions at all time. Which I was saying last episode, I don't know if it's good or bad for Michael. You know what I mean? Like, it's easier because you don't have to kind of break into places, but it's also harder because they have to get close to people now. And trying to do that when you see them, have personal security around them all the time, watching them 24/7, it's going to be really hard. And again, you know, as you're moving, people are going to start seeing you. You're going to have to watch them, scope them, check them out. And we've seen how easy it was for Lincoln to get caught when he was trying to do it in the second episode. So do you know what I mean? Like, again, it could potentially be harder than it is to break into a safe or something. Now, again, like I said, they decrypted, if that is what you would call it, the information of 3 cards, and now they sent it back to the new tech guy that they've got. That's obviously in their little hideout, and I think that is a bit sketchy, me. You know, he's looking at information, but he's not disclosing it. And when people come over, he's hiding his computer screens as well. And also, every time you have a conversation, I don't think he's very useful. And he was talking to MAHONES, and he kind of made the situation worse with his son as well. Now, they've actually found out last episode who it is that's trying to track them down, and Sarah has done well, pretty much. She noticed that she was being followed, and she ran away, and she actually got away. She ended up obviously pointing out this man to MAHONES. This guy then obviously went to his wife and asked her, and she actually confirmed it. So now they know his identity, and you know, they'll be able to dig it up where he's staying and all that. He was so close to him as well, MAHONES. He went to the hotel that he was staying at, but he just checked out. So literally, one's tracking down one, the other's tracking down the other. Gretchen as well has escaped. You love to see it. She's going to be a good person in the show, personally, I think. Anyway, she's going to be really good once she actually gets let loose. And I also feel like T-Bag has got an interesting storyline going. We've had this second player come in asking about the, you know, about Scylla, and saying that he's got 3 days or something to hand it over. His pay, basically what he would have got, is going to dwindle each day from 100 to 75 to 50 to 25 to you're dead, mate, you know, if they don't do it in like the 4 days. And we also got kind of like his secretary now, kind of not in on it, but she knows he's kind of a bit sus. And, you know, she refused to reveal information to Brad, basically, where he was. He was going around showing a picture saying, have you seen this guy? She said no. She could have made 10k from it. She went in there, done a negotiation with obviously T-Bag, and said that she wants 3% of all his commission. He agreed to that. She's getting none of it. She's honestly going to get none of it. She's probably going to be his net victim, to be honest, but it's going to be interesting to see what we do with everyone. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Get used to it.
I'd like to place an exacta on Captain Brody and Mr. Hooper in the first race. You gave me an exacta.
That's what you told me you
No,
wanted.
it's not what I told you, and I want you to fix it. You gave me the wrong man.
He needs a guard to come over, do you reckon?
Yo, somebody's freaking out on one of the clicks inside.
Pausing the scene, look at him.
What the hell kind of place is this?
Hey,
Who the hell are you?
I'm the operations manager, all right? Take it easy.
Do you run background checks on your employees? You just let cons work here.
Excuse me, miss.
Thank you so much. I would have been in so much trouble if I'd lost those. You don't know my boss.
That was quick. You know, no suspicion will be raised there.
He's heading back.
The thing is, though, they got to go back in there and get the thing. That's like the first time they can get the data, but then they have to go back and get the phone. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like a double job. You have to successfully do it 2 times.
Let's go.
What the hell?
It's stuck. The gate's stuck. I want to talk to the manager.
You better have a damn good explanation about what just happened.
All right, I'll get back to you.
He's going to be in that room for 2 minutes, isn't he, surely?
Right there. It's stuck.
I'll be right back.
Going to go at 95.
100%, we're all there. Cards
Oh,
all
they
there.
got it. Now they've got to get up and get the card, though.
I placed a bet on Sparkle Kid for my boss. Do you know what happened?
Not right now, sweetheart. I'm really not the right person to ask.
How about this? Why don't you help me find somebody who could help me sort all this out? How's that?
If you don't take your hands off me, you're gonna have a lot more to worry about than angry.
This is a restricted area, sir. You can't be back.
Yeah, I'm looking for a manager because I'm getting the money back that I bet on the horse that got stuck.
You know what, right? He could have actually just stayed there and said, sorry, I wandered into the wrong section, and just let him escort him out into the place where he should have been. You know what I mean? Because have you ever had that happen before? Like, I mean, I've walked into a place incorrectly. Now, obviously, that might be a bit suspicious to them. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I've walked into places before, and I'm like, oh, sorry, do you know what I mean? I didn't know this wasn't the right way. And he said, yeah, it's over there. And you know what I mean? They've just sent me the right direction. Like, he could have done that because now, obviously, he's engaged in physical altercation. They are all going to come in and grab him.
He's got the device.
I mean, that's way worse than what they could have hoped for. Oh, mate, whose house is she knocking on?
What happened to you? Jesus.
Good afternoon to you too, ain't it? Been reviewing your roster from the Northeast Division, and apparently 2 of your top buyers don't have valid Social Security numbers.
There's a reason why I was the top seller in the Northeast. I don't get hung up on the detail.
And what you're saying is...
There might be a typo or 2 in my reports, but I'm pretty sure those checks cleared.
This guy's obviously looking into him, but he's also stressing me out. Do you know what I'd actually like to know about that is, yeah? Say, like, if the money is coming from a sus place, but the sale that the seller is doing, so Teabag, say, for example, is genuine, then is there a problem with that transaction as a company that receiving the cash? Do you know what I mean? So, say, like, if I was a car dealsman, do you know what I mean? I sold cars, and I had a Lamborghini up for 100,000, and somebody come and they offered it and paid for it. I've listed the product, so they purchased it. The transaction was there. Their money could be drug dealer money, could be criminal money. Do you know what I mean? They could have robbed it from the bank. Does that really matter to the company receiving the money when you've done the sale transaction as normal? You know what I mean? You didn't know where that's come from. You've just listed the product, had a customer, and sold it, and it's cleared. Do you know what I mean? Like, would the company actually care for that? I don't know.
You've had a busy morning, Frank. Unlawful entry, resisting arrest.
Know a decent amount about the justice system, enough to know that if you wanted to, you could drop this whole thing. And
What about the ankle monitor you're wearing?
I've been on the straight and narrow, and it's due to come off in a couple of days.
Press your fingers in the ink.
I reckon it's going to come through as Mahones.
I had $2,000 go up in smoke because of a bum date. I mean, I got a little upset for a second.
What do you think? That every time you guys screw up, I could just magically make things disappear?
We ain't interested in your excuses.
What is this?
I'm Brian. I work in the IT department.
So you just barge in here without asking?
That's what I do. I go into people's offices, I fix their computers.
Well, you know what? You gotta go. Don't come back in here.
Yeah, I'd be well paranoid now if I was him.
Self's on him.
Getting Mahone out should be easy, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Let's concentrate on finding the next card.
Like, have a little cry to yourself and then get your face on and go out and be strong.
Hey, do you still have that owl? Oh my God, Gretchen, is that a real gun? What do you work for? As of now, myself.
He attended Toro Law School in Long Island.
You know what I mean? Straight away like that. It's not even hard for him to go in, was it?
General, I tried accessing Self's user account. It has a tricky firewall system in place. There's no easy way to get past it, not without drawing attention.
See what I mean? Like, that was when he ran that facial recognition on him. He got notified, didn't they? He should have just used a VPN or something.
Look, I'm asking for a favor here. Okay, from one badge to another.
When was the last time you looked at your badge? Because I'm pretty sure mine says issued by the city of Los Angeles.
I get detained at the Guadalajara airport when you're coming back from visiting your nana? How does that sound?
You know what? People do love the badge, don't they? You know what I mean? People are not willing to listen.
Sign this.
These aren't release papers.
Well, I need you to sign that so I can collect
They're
your
gonna
yours.
run my prints, and once
You
they
punched a cop.
Yeah, trying to save the mission.
Keep your voice down.
You want me to give up the one thing that makes me valuable?
That's what I mean. That he's going to sign out to get the device, and then he's going to stay in there because he's going to know that Mahones has been recaptured. He actually has been really good for the team, though. You know, you can't really complain at him.
Look, I feel just as bad about his kid as everyone else. But we can't blow this mission on one person.
We got enough problems without having to worry about this guy's ass in jail.
You shut up.
We don't have a choice. We move forward with the plan.
I don't think that's the best way, to be honest. Like they've just said there, they're going to know that they're not in where they're supposed to be. Oh, he's going to get grabbed in there by the general. There we go.
I'm an associate of General Krantz. Word has gotten back to the general that you've been pulling information on him. Maybe you can debrief me on the situation.
You want to give me your clearance level?
I'm a hired contractor.
Okay, so if the general has a problem, he can call me.
He likes his privacy. That's all.
Pat Mahones in there, won't there? Do you know the information that he just said to him there is like, look, mate, what's your clearance level? Well, he didn't tell him I'm a high contractor. Well, if you're a high contractor, then I'm not going to disclose important information on a general, especially somebody who's from the general public. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's classified information. His literally, like, response was totally valid, made sense, and it's the first engagement we've seen with this dude that's not ended up in a death. Now, I think he's going to come after him later down the line, but now he's going to go and scope out the police station and see Mahones in there. And I don't know how he's going to try and kill him inside of all the people there, but he probably will try, this guy.
So how well do you know Mahone?
I know he wants to take down the company just as much as we do.
I mean, if Wyatt could find me, he could find Mahone. And then people are
So
gonna...
get him out.
I don't know, maybe Mahone is a stand-up guy, or maybe he likes to run his mouth to work an angle. I'm not sure. Choice has to be made between him or us.
He's so quick to throw somebody under the bus, you know what I mean? That can't happen. He's actually been really good and give valuable info this season.
Good news. I can cut you a break.
As easy as that.
Spoke with the manager down at the racetrack. Said you were spotted with another male Caucasian about 10 years your junior.
Someone has to be looking.
I'll take care of it. Go.
Maybe you got a wife to get home to. Family. If you're willing to give me the name of your accomplice, I think we can change your charges.
The general is requiring all the card holders to have their cards on them at all times.
Look, I know what the score is. It's every man for himself. You get left behind, you get locked up. I signed on the dotted line like everyone else, and I want to know exactly what I'm doing on this job.
I'm with Bellick on this one.
Yeah, Sucre's like, he didn't like the response from Michael and Lincoln.
For when the cops get here, because if Mahone squeals, they're gonna come real quick.
What I want to know is as well, is this is all not the same day, is it? Like, how many days has he been coming into work and doing no work, if that makes sense?
8 by 10.
I guess we're gonna leave him in jail.
If the roles were reversed and you were the one locked up, you really think Alex would risk it all to get you out? He was a federal agent. I think he'd finish what he started. I think he'd bring the company down.
But that's not really the question that you should be asking, though, is it? Now, I understand if it's roles reversed. That's basically what it is. When you do a roles reverse situation, that's when you try and justify a decision. That's what it is. You know, Michael's second guessing his choices right now, and he's trying to justify it by roles reverse. Would he do the same for me? And that's not how it is. What it should be is, am I sticking to my principles of who I am and what I believe in? That's the question that you should be asking. And if that is no, then you go and get him out, or you try to. It's not, if he was in my situation, would he help me? That's not what you look at. Now, it is a factor, you know what I mean? It is. But at the end of the day, Michael's been true to himself throughout the whole time so far. He's not compared himself to others and what they would do for him. He's done what he thinks is best for the people, and you know what I mean? And also the people's lives and that are on the line. He never really wants to, I don't know, sacrifice somebody. He's always trying to get them, even if he dislikes them. Look at Whistler last season, for example. So I think that the question he should be asking is he happy with his choice that he's making? All right, he's looked at a visitor.
Yes, I'm here to see Frank Swan. I'm a family friend.
Reckon he waves?
I'd like to be there for moral support.
Could Mahones not tell the officer at the front that that guy is obviously a person that's tried to beat him up in the past? Do you know what I mean? He's not a friend.
Alex, look, I'm sorry.
It's over for me. It's done. And I'm not going to say anything about anything. But you need to promise me something, okay? Promise me that you will get to Wyatt.
I promise.
I actually like Alex, me. I do. I don't want him to die.
Ready to go?
He's thinking, ah, mate, we need to go and get him out, man. Like, we do.
I'm still in shock. I'll be down this afternoon.
You have this switch inside you. Shut yourself off. You did it when Mom died. Did it with Emily. Did it with me.
It's just who I am.
You used to be.
I have to go.
You're not here to take her.
If I was capable of being her mother, I wouldn't have given you custody.
You reckon that she just does the switch off like that because family, you know, that's the weakness. That's how they get to you everywhere, innit? Look at Lincoln. Look at Michael. They do anything for the family. The guy could have booked his room. That would have been quite clever.
Hey, honey, it's me. I'm at the grocery store. I was planning to make those grilled pork chops, unless you're not in the mood for them.
What are you guys doing? We'll call you when we're done.
Guy's not going to stand up and kill him in there, is there? Surely.
What do you for?
This guy again, man.
I found some more inconsistencies in your sales reports. I knew you were rotten from the beginning. I want you in my office in 5 minutes to walk me through this. And if you can't, well, I'm gonna call the authorities.
Yeah, he's dead, man. He's got to take him out. He's fucking in the way. Alright, he's actually running off. I thought he was going to kill him, me, to be honest.
Need to see some identification so I can sign over his personal belongings to you. So, you and your spouse had different last names. I realize this is an inconvenience, but I need to see other documentation proving you're married.
It's true, though. Handing a document to somebody without not having the same surname, you're just going to be like, are you married? You have to show us then. Oh. They're doing it. At least he knows you're trying to help him now. Oh, Sucre's there as well.
Sir. 2. Please take a seat. 1.
Where did he escape from, though? What door? That's the question. See, that is the question. What door have they just escaped from? Did he see Sucre in that room as well? Now, he did see Sarah and he did see Mahone, so he obviously knew something was going down, and that's why I tried to get a little bit closer. But the power's been overloaded, the darkness has come, and obviously they've dipped out. I think it's good anyway. Like I was saying before, you know, it's not about the situation. Would Mahones do it for me? It's would I be happy with the decision I make, and am I staying true to myself? Obviously, he wasn't. He's come in, he's had a go. And I think it's good for Mahones as well to show that he's part of the team. Whatever's happened in the past is in the past for now anyway, and they can move forward together.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Can't shoot him, man. There's way too many people around. Yeah. That's pretty good, that, actually. He knows the vehicle, though. They're going to have to ditch it, get a new one. I'd run a reg as well. Surely he could have seen it.
I don't know if did this for the team or if you did it for me. I don't care. Thank you.
Everything's been clean as a whistle so far, and she's got that as well. They can't even run it through the system. You know what'd be annoying now if he stands out here and does a phone call and gets popped? Oh, I'd be wounded. Honestly, I really will be.
Yes.
I got your message.
I was wondering when you were going to call.
You told my wife you wanted me to turn myself in.
Seems like there's a great deal of things for us to talk about.
There's only one thing for you and I to discuss.
But no better than to take things so personal.
I promise you, we will meet again. I'm gonna show you just how personal things can get.
Proper team Mahones this season. I think it's because he killed his kid, and I'm just on his side like, fucking go on, mate. Dad getting revenge. God, she scared me then.
Who the hell are you?
What Gretchen would have done a bit of background check to see who obviously Michael has associates with. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're hiring Michael to get out Whistler, you've got to look at all these people that's kind of been his vicinity for so long. So, like, she should have known about Sarah and LJ and Lincoln, and obviously the people at Eastgate with. You know, look at Charles Westmoreland, but obviously he died. You know, like that far back into it. C-Note, Teabag, Sucre, all of it. You know what I mean? You don't just look at the close right here, right now. You look at who's he seen and been worked with before. And, you know, you see all the time when you look at films and stuff, and, like, police will run a facial recognition, and they'll say, like, put my head on the screen, and then they'll say, who's known associates, and beep, 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 and pop it all up. Have you had any IDs from them in the same locations recently? Do you know what I mean? And they scour it. Yeah, all of them have been in LA. Something must be going down. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you would have thought that she would have done something like that. And I knew that they would encounter each other anyway, because once she took out that cell phone, obviously rang it and figured out that the deposit had cleared and that apartment was there, he had the same message as well, didn't he? When he went to that locker and he opened it up and he found out that obviously it'd been cleared as well. It's been living. Now, interestingly, again, we're not seeing anything in terms of the other party stamping their foot down, if that makes sense, in terms of getting the information from these cards. I would like to know is how many days has it been? Because all of this has not happened in the same day. I think that when he went to his office, the girl on the front desk, was she wearing red or something like that? And now she's wearing different today. And the guy's getting too close anyway, the guy in there. She's probably going to send him back in and work there because she was working with Whistler and she knows the plan. She actually would know Whistler's original plan. And obviously they've made it for a reason and she can help him with that. And he's going to say, I'm Colin Pfeiffer or whatever. And she's going to be like, no, you're not, blah, blah, blah. And they go through it. But I think that guy needs to go, me. First of all, some people take the job too seriously. Unless he's his boss, why is he asked so much? I'm thinking that maybe because he was the #1 salesman in that company and this guy's coming in, he's threatened. His job's, you know, not as prestigious as it was before, and now he's looking into him. But, like, people take it too seriously. I've mentioned it so many times in positions and jobs that I've had before in situations, and I'm just thinking, why do you care so much, man? It's literally, we all come to work to get some money. Why do we go to work to get some money? So that we can enjoy our life outside of work. Couldn't give a shit about what you're doing or what you're doing or what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? As long as I'm doing my bit and I'm getting the effort I put in, I'm receiving it in terms of like a salary, and then great, you know what I mean? I'm only here to have a good time outside of work. I'm not here to work for life. And that's the thing, people take jobs way too serious. That guy is loving it, honestly. My office, 10 minutes or whatever, I'm going to reveal it. Well, he didn't turn up, so what's he doing? Has he said it? Who knows? But I'm thinking that Gretchen's going to make him go back and carry on with their plan that they're putting together when she was doing it with Whistler. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So speaking about them two there, you know, Gretchen and Whistler, they was working together. Now, obviously, he's died and T-Bag's pretending to be him inside this company, and she would have known all of this plan. You know, she would have known what they were doing in there, what they was trying to extract, and she must have known that there was a second person that was interested in this information and known that Whistler, obviously, have been communicating with them, and maybe she can help them in terms of what's actually going on. Now, it's interesting that today it was revealed that she has got a family that she does kind of care about. I know that she keeps herself distant from them, and she's got a kid as well, but obviously she's kind of palmed that off to her sister, pretending to be her auntie, so her sister could be the mum, because as we've learned many times before, if you've got people, loved ones, family members, then they're easy targets, and once they get found, just like Mary Cruz last season, you know, with Sucre, basically he had to start working for Gretchen because she was obviously kind of blackmailing him with her life. They become a weakness. Family is weakness. Now, also, though, you can look at it in different situations. I also think family is a big motivator and a positiveness. Like, in terms of, like, if you've got... I always feel like, if you've got nothing to lose, then you don't try as much. For example, the only way I could kind of... explain this, and I've done it many a times, is if you was in a race and you was running 100 meters and you had to win that race, you know, are you going to try more with your kid's life on the line if you come second? Does that make sense? So if I've just got to run 100 meters against you and I've got nothing to lose, then I'm not going to try as much. But if my kid's life's on the line and if I do not win that race, my kid's getting killed, I'm going to try 10 times more than I thought I would have done without anything. And that's the thing, like, it could be a motivator for, like, people like Michael. It's a motivator. It makes him work harder. You know what I mean? Like, the fact is, he was trying to get Whistler out of prison. And he was motivated to do that for Sarah's life. But then once he figured out that she died, you know, at first he kind of lost control and spiraled out. But then he was more motivated to come out and get the company. Do you know what I mean? He used that as his fuel. Where she's obviously thinking it's possibly a weakness, and we've seen it. Mahones, it's turned to be a weakness for him. They've gone after him, they tried to flush him out, it's not happened. Now he's fueled the fire and he's going after him. I like how he's called him and said, me and you are going to go after it, mate. We're going to see some each other sometime soon. Also glad as well that Michael stuck to who Michael is. I would have been disappointed if we finished the episode, or like the rest of the season or something and left him inside the prison, let him die or get killed, because he has been a good team member, Mahones, the past few episodes, and Alex has given them good key information to help them progress forward. Now, again, I said the question is not, would he have done the same for me? The question would be, would I be happy with the choice and decisions I made? Sucre said, look, mate, so if I get captured and I go inside, you're just going to forget about me? Lincoln was like, yeah, dead right we are. Do you know what I'm saying? And later on down the line, you can see it already caused a bit of fuss there, because Bellic was like, look, mate, if I'm going into this and my ass is on the line as well, I want to know every detail about this situation. If you're going to throw me under the bus or not come after me, I want to know every outcome possible, you know, so I can figure out if I want to be part of it or not. So it's interesting, and I'm glad that they work together as a team. You know, too much power into the system, blowed all the electricity, lights went out, dipped out the back door, got in the car, waving at him. He's got his gun out. He said he was going to shoot him, and then obviously they've escaped. Now, interestingly, the gun, I remember watching Mr. Bean as a kid. He went through the airport, pretended he had a weapon. He had to lay it down like that. That is, it's funny. That's what it just reminded me of with that. And also, that guy as well, I do like how he's always dead calm. I say it a lot of the times, but when someone's so calm in intense situations, mate, it makes you scared. And you could tell that everybody around him is always panicking. Like, he got into the garage and Dom was there, and I'm glad that he stood up to him because it was right. And the general's obviously looking into him. But, like, he was intimidating without even saying anything. It was just that he stood there and his cool persona just staring you in the face, talking. Oh, mate, it just shivers down your spine, doesn't it, mate? So, interesting. General's looking into them. They're looking into him. There's a guy. You know what? I don't know his name. I need to learn it. But the guy who's working on the computers for them, don't like him. Never helps the situation. He's always sus, and he's got his own little agenda going. And, you know, he definitely can't be trusted so far, in my opinion. Can't wait to see more. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.